time, you might as well just stop waiting because that time will never come. Lots of experiences that we go through shows that in all aspects of life generally, you need to make the first move, especially when it seems like the timing is not right. Because when the timing is not right and you go against all odds just to do that which you said you will do, it sends something to the brain, it says something to your body, it says something to yourself. It says a message which is clear. It tells yourself that you're serious about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. So the more you wait for the perfect time, the more you will never find that perfect time. And that's the message that we have today. Perfect time, you can never find it anyway. It's never there. But you need to move forward. I just had an experience that I had of late. You see, I saw a perfect purchase. I wanted to purchase something and I saw a purchase, but the money was not there yet. And I thought to myself, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to get the money? But then it got to a point where I then just did it anyway. And the following day, people started to send me money just to pay that thing, and I would pay them piece by piece. Had I not seized that opportunity to say, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, had I not taken the time just to do the thing which I said I was going to do, I would have never had the experience I'm speaking about today. So my point still remains. You don't need to wait for the perfect opportunity. Just stand up and start. It is harder to start than it is to... It's actually harder to start than it is to do something. You know, so let me just type the topic of the day for those that will join us. If you're new to this channel, my name is Tuel Shimpofo. I love to speak about God. I love to speak about motivational talks, and that's the purpose of this life. So welcome to the channel. If you've watched up until this point, subscribe, like, and share. Let me just type. Yeah, so I've just typed. The imperfections of time is that it is built in our minds. And it's a problem because when you have built something in your mind, all you can ever think about is that all the obstacles need to be filled in. And if they're not filled in, you cannot say, there won't be any perfect time for you. So timing is important. As much as it is important, it is also important to go against your, the safe mood. And approaching life from a safe mood basically diminishes the potential of a lot of people. And that's the reason why I'm recording today. And I just wanted to come out here and say, in as much as there's no perfect time, you need to just go out there and do the best things that you can do, and just bring about the best of yourself that you can bring, and move in a certain direction that you can move. Because the longer you wait, the longer you don't get to the point where you're supposed to get to, the longer you don't realize that there is no perfect time, and the longer that you are just pushing yourself away from achieving that which you wanted to achieve. So the greatest of keys that you need to do is basically stand up and start doing. Stand up and start doing. That is the most important thing. Stand up and just start doing the thing that you need to do, because the moment you don't take the first step is the moment you will never take the first step. And one of the hardest steps to take basically is the first one, because it comes with a lot of doubt, it comes with a lot of contemplation on whether this thing is going to work or not. It comes with a lot of realization that you are really not able to do it, self-doubt. Hello there, hello Keldon, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well there. So that is the thing that I just wanted to talk about, to say the realization is more important than all these other things. So What doing something basically does is it basically brings about the point of proving to yourself firstly that you are serious about what you're doing, because your brain doesn't believe you. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that subscription. I really appreciate it. It really means the world to me. Where are you watching us from there? How's it? Yeah, so that's the thing I was trying to talk about. To say the realization of doing something, taking the first step, sends a message to yourself and sends a message to the universe, sends a message to the people that are watching you. In this aspect, when you do take the first step, you're sending a signal to your brain to say to your brain, man, look, man, I'm serious about this thing. I stay in Johannesburg, South Africa. Where do you stay? Your brain then realizes that this guy is really serious. Let's say you have a goal of waking up at 5 and the first day you don't do it. If you don't wake up at 5, but you have told yourself that you wanted to wake up at 5, what you have said to your brain there is you're saying, no, man, I said I wanted to wake up at 5, but I'm not really serious about it. So it's not really important. So what then this thing does, it then paves a way for you not to wake up the following day. You understand? Same applies when you wake up, when you say I'm going to wake up at 5 and you start waking up at 5. Shout out to the United States of America. God bless you that side. Yeah, I'm in South Africa, yeah. Johannesburg, South Africa. So it then builds momentum when you do wake up at 5. It builds momentum, and when it does build that momentum, it's easier for you to then wake up the following day at 5. Because now your brain knows this guy is really serious about what he's saying he's going to do. And then it also overflows to the other aspects of your life. To say your brain now takes you seriously, to say the last time this guy said he was going to do something, he actually did it. And so now that he actually did it, if he says he's going to do something on the next aspect, he's likely going to do the same thing that he said he was going to do. So you are taking yourself seriously. You are understanding that time is not in your hands. You're understanding that by slacking once, you're destroying you're not only taking part in the thing that you said you will take part in, but you have destroyed the momentum that you've built. And it's going to take more energy to actually do the thing that you were supposed to do. So if you fail to do something once, the energy it takes for you to come back and recapitulate yourself to do it, you will need double the energy. You will need double. You will need to beat yourself double in self-doubt, because now, even you yourself, you'll be doubting yourself, really. You'll be doubting yourself. Even without saying it, you will be doubting yourself, because the last time you didn't do it. So whenever you say you want to do something, you have to do it. And it sends a message to yourself first. So the most important thing is yourself. Start with yourself. And when you do start with yourself, you have sent a message to yourself that, man, look, I really mean business on what I'm saying. And that is where the topic of the day comes into hand, to say, what about the perfection of time? How is it, man, Sondoze, Zimbabwe? Which part of Zimbabwe are you watching us from? Which part of Zimbabwe? Shout out to Zim, man. Shout out to Zim. I miss you guys that side. So that then is a thing. So this whole thing is a ball game that we're playing, and we cannot realize that we're playing a ball game. And by nature, the brain is always looking for an easy way out. By nature, the brain is... That's why you'll discover that when there's an easy path there, and there's a hard path which leads to great things, and you're given a choice to choose, which one would you want to take? The brain will fall for the easy path. It will say, look, man, I'm going to take the easy path. And always it needs to take the easy path. So your job as a person... Caitlin, hi there. How are you doing there? I hope you're doing well. Can I come, my friends? Please call them to subscribe. That would be really great. You have done more good than harm when you do that, and God will really bless you. Because we need more people to come through. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. That's what they say. So that then is the thing. Our work is simple. Our work is to dive into, what do you call this? Into doing the thing that gives resistance to that which is an easy path. You need to try and resist an easy path as much as you can. It is critical for you to do it, to resist the easy path as much as you can. The easier the path, it leads to a place where you are not going to attain that which you need to attain. Ask them, those that have done marathon before. They tell you that, man, each and every morning I have to wake up early. I have to hit the road and, practice each and every morning. And then when you further ask them, is it nice to practice it? Is it easy to practice? They will tell you, man, practicing is not easy. And then you further ask them and say, man, look, how many times have you woken up not feeling like it, in quotes? They will tell you that more often than not, I don't feel like doing the thing that I'm doing. It's not easy, it's not nice. But the goal that I have is to run the marathon. Let's say here in Africa, we have a Comrades marathon. The Comrades marathon require me to practice. That is the reason why I wake up each and every morning, to try and do the things which I need to do. That they will tell you those things. So in as much as you are in a space where you are, you need, my network is acting up, I'm sorry about that, but I'm back. Let me just type the topic for those that will join us. So as I was saying, if you understand the goal, there is no perfect time. Right. So if you understand the goal at hand, it will push you the difficult thing, because you have an understanding of the goal that you have. Most of us are not, motivated enough. They are not aggravated enough to pull through situations, and the smallest of things. Let me move to this side a bit. You can still see me. And the smallest of resistance that you get, the people quit. The reason why people quit on the smallest of resistance they face in a path is because they don't understand the goal or why they started in the first place. And if they understand the goal of why they started in the first place, it's either that or that goal is not big enough for them. It doesn't aggravate something in them. It doesn't pour some adrenaline just by the thought of that particular goal. So if this is true, what I'm just saying to you right now, it's either you need to change your goal. If you're always looking for the right time and not looking just to start, it's either you have to change the goal completely, or it's either you have to put yourself on a reminding mood always. Remind yourself always of why you started in the first place, But the topic is saying there's no perfect time. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is because of the experience I just had recently. And the experience required me to wait a bit. Like everything around me was saying, wait. But I could see that this might be the opportunity I have. I had to grab that opportunity before it goes away. And everything else fell in place because I grabbed that opportunity. My point is this: you don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to have everything figured out so that you start. You don't need to know from A I go to B, from B I go to C. Sometimes you just need to go to A, and you will see where the B is after you reach A. Sometimes God gives you hidden treasures that you cannot find as long as you don't take the first step. So as long as you're waiting for the perfect time, everything else might fall into place, but you will not know it because you are still waiting for the perfect time. And that's the point I wanted to say. So maybe the reason why you have not seen the clear picture of everything that you wanted to do is because you have been always thinking about what if I start this and it doesn't work out? It's fine. You have had the experience. You have had, if you start something and it doesn't work out, you are different. You are not the same as the person who didn't start anything. Because if you're to try the same thing again, now you're not coming back with an element of doubt. You're coming back knowing exactly what you're up against, and you are most likely going to, use the experience you had last time to get to where you're going. So that is the thing that I am always, when I'm saying there's no perfect time, The next statement I need to say is just start anyway, in the imperfection of time. Just start anyway, even when, you know, you don't have it all figured out. Just start anyway. Even when your friends say, man, you needed to wait a bit, just wait a bit. You need to just start, because that might be the time. The other point about there's no perfect time is when you feel the urge of starting something, and you suppress that urge to start something, that energy that was coming your way, you suppress it. What you're then telling yourself there is, man, I'm not worthy. And the next time you think of the same thing you want to do, the energy will not be the same. The urge to do it will not be the same. It only comes once. So when it comes, you better grab it. And when you grab it, you better really run with it. The other thing about the universe is the universe shifts in such a way, it shifts in your favor. God says that all things happen for good for them that love the Lord. That's what the Bible says. You know, all things happen for the good for them that love the Lord. These statements basically saying, as the universe is shifting, you know, it's shifting in a direction so as to get you to a point where you need to get to. As it is shifting, it's shifting on your favor. Most of us don't realize that. Because if we did realize that, we could utilize that, and we could actually use that to our own advantage, to say each and every morning you wake up, you're like, man, this is the day that the Lord has given to me. In it, I'm going to rejoice. And as I'm going to rejoice, I'm also going to, you know, utilize this moment, because the universe is shifting to my favor. The moment you start to have these affirmations to yourself to say, the universe is shifting to my favor, you are giving yourself an upper hand, because even your own mentality, as you approach situations, you don't see the bad in situations, but rather you see the good. You understand? Most people that see bad in situations and not the good is because they think that the universe is against them. They think that the world is against them. Guess what? If you think the world is against you, then it is going to be against you. You will start to see things that are against you. I told all my friends to subscribe. Keldon, I don't know how to thank you, Keldon. I don't know how to thank you. Thank you so much for that gesture that you did. God bless you and God be with you. I hope they do subscribe, and I hope they tune into these live sessions, so that, you know, the little bit of information that we share here can help a brother out, can help a sister out. As I'm saying, once you perceive the universe in a certain direction, it is going to move in the direction as you perceive it. So if you think that today is going to be a bad day, it is going to be a bad day. It is going to be a bad day for you. But someone with the same sunlight, with the same sun, let's say it's going to be rainy, with the same amount of rain, with the same wind, with the same humidity, with the same temperatures around you, can have a great day, because they decided that, man, look, it's going to be a great day. What am I saying about all this? I'm just saying that, man, look, man, the universe is spinning accordingly to make your life better. Utilize that yourself. Say that, I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, but I'm going to start trying to fix this puzzle anyway. You know, I've put together a few pieces of puzzle. In as much as I've not yet figured out the whole situation, I've not figured out how this whole thing works, I'm just going to try this thing anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. Because if you want to wait to, you know, put together the puzzle before you start playing that puzzle, you will never start playing that puzzle. And trust me, if you never start, you will never reach the destination where you're supposed to get to. I'm not speaking about puzzles, I'm speaking about life in general. What is it that you've been contemplating on doing for the past few months? What is it that you've been contemplating on doing for the past few years, for the past few seconds, for the past few days? But you have not done the thing yet because you were waiting for the right time. My message to you today is, try this out. Go ahead and start. It will send a message to your brain to say, now we are serious. Because if you don't start and wait for the perfect time, you will come back to this channel after a year, and I will be still doing these live sessions and you would have not done the thing that you want to do. Because if you're waiting for the perfect time, even the world itself is not perfect. Sometimes it's too cold, it's too hot, you know. People are not perfect. They can talk to you in the way that they want to talk to you. What else? You know, the food can be banned, it's too salty. If you look for the reasons of imperfection, you will find it, bro. There's always a reason of imperfection. This world is imperfect. How about your timing? Do you think everything is going to fall in place in this world? As long as we're in this side of heaven, as long as we're here, we are not going to find a perfect time. We are not. As long as we are still this side of heaven, in this earth, with all these imperfections that are going through. It tries to be, the world tries to be perfect, but it cannot be perfect. It was never meant to be perfect. That is the message I have for you today. This was never meant to be perfect. It is not perfect. The world is not perfect. But in its imperfections, let us go forward and just go. Take the first step. And then the universe will make sure that you find your path to where you're supposed to. An example, for example, Peter, when he saw Jesus coming to the boat, it was not a perfect time to go outside the boat. It was windy, it was cold, number one. Number two, to go outside the boat, you needed land, not water. Because we all know what water does. It makes you sink. You sink inside the water. But in that imperfection, he took a leap of faith. He took the first step, and his brain started to believe. I'm sure the people that were around him were saying, "Man, wait, man, let's get to the land, then you will get off the boat." But he wanted to experiment, and he then did it anyway. In that imperfect moment, he seized that moment, and he then went out, and there's no perfect time, but he made a way out of that imperfection. So right now, my friends, my brothers, I'm just urging you that there will never be a perfect time. The water will be too cold. It'll be too hot. I'm too broke right now to start a business. My health is failing me to go out for a jog. It's too cold to do this. There's always a reason to do something. There's always a reason to say it. But God bless us all for tuning in, for all the comments that we had. I'm so grateful. For all the likes that we had. I'm really grateful. God bless you, and until we meet on the next one, I really appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes and all the people that tuned in for our topic today. Really, God bless you, and I hope God finds you in good spaces, and I hope that you start. I hope that you finally start that business. I hope that you finally start that exercising program that you wanted to do. I hope that you start finally to eat healthy like you wanted to do. I hope that you finally, move from the space where you are and move to a bigger space like you promised yourself last year. I hope that you start applying for that work. I hope that you just start, because the message today is saying there is no perfect time. And if you're still waiting for the perfect time, it will never come. If you're still waiting for the perfect time, it simply means that, you're not going to start at all. So that is my heartfelt message to you all today as we move forward with our lives. Just know that when the situation is imperfect, that is the most important time to start. How many people started knowing exactly the end from the beginning? Not all of us know the end from the beginning. We're not perfectionists. So if you don't know the end from the beginning, all that you have to do really is just to take a deep breath and say, Lord, I'm taking the first step. I'm not God. You are God. In your leadership, I will trust. And if you want to lead me to waters, I will go with you. As long as I've done my part to start the first step. God wants to do things for us. But in as much as he wants to do things for us, he's waiting for us to take the first step. One thing that God will not do for you is take the first step for you. That he will never do. He will show you the way. All of us here know exactly what they're supposed to do. All of us here have an understanding of what they're supposed to do. He will show you exactly where you're supposed to go. But he will not come from heaven and take your hand by force to say, stand up and move. He's waiting for you to take that step first, that first step of faith. And when you do, he's going to miraculously do things that You didn't even believe that they could be done. So what are you waiting for? Test him and see. Take the first step and see. And we'll come here with testimonies to say the Lord has been good to us. God bless you all. God bless us. And for those that commented, God bless you. For those that tuned in, God bless you. For those that spared a few seconds just to be on this page, I don't know how to thank you. The Lord be with you. The topic today was there is no perfect time. Just like it is not a perfect world, then there is no perfect time. And in this imperfection, that is when we need to start. Great things or success generally in all things breed greatly in imperfection. That was a great statement. Let me repeat that. Great things or more successful people, they breed greatly in imperfection. You know, the one who made a bulb didn't have all the information of how the bulb was going to work. But that didn't stop him from starting experiments to try and see how it's going to work. He had it in his mind. He tried the first time. That first time was the thing that led to his mind to say, you are serious about this. You can do this. Last statement is this. The brain remembers more unfinished tasks than finished ones. This is powerful because you don't need to finish it all, man. You don't need to be able to finish it all. But if you finish something, your brain just sleeps on it, you're done. It doesn't remember it much. But if you start something but don't finish it, your brain is always on its toes to remind you that you started that thing but you didn't finish it. So imagine if you don't start something at all. You will never ever think of that thing at all. So that's the reason why you need to start. And that's the reason why even in the imperfect time, you need to be in spaces where you just need to go ahead and start. Because you're just tricking your brain to say, I started something, but I didn't finish that thing. And the moment you didn't finish the thing is the moment you will find yourself thinking about that thing more and gravitating towards the thing more. And when you gravitate towards the thing, you will be able to actually finish it. So I think you need to, endure imperfections mostly. You need to glory in imperfections. Because the Bible says, is it James who's saying, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. This is basically saying when you fall into imperfect timing, when everything is saying you can do it, count it all joy. That is where you're supposed to excel. That is when you're going to excel. That is your time. This is your time right now. I don't know what you're contemplating upon, but I've spoken about it, man. Like I'm saying, man, that business is way too long for you to be waiting for that funding. Think of something that doesn't need funding, that you can start right now. More often than not, all things that we need are around us. We have everything that we need. And when we do have everything that we need, sometimes we're looking far for things that we don't really need. If you really look deeply, there's difference between needs and wants. If you look deeply, and my Lord shall supply all my needs according to his riches in Jesus Christ. This simply means that if you look deeply, all your needs are catered for. But once, maybe you might not get once, but God is too faithful not to give you your needs. If it's a need, trust me, you will get it. If it's a need, you will definitely get it. But if it's not a need, say it's not a need, it's just a want, you might not get it. Because a need, basically for me, is a life-threatening thing that without it, you cannot survive. God is for your survival. God is for your upliftment. So the moment you have a need, he's the moment he stands up. God stands up, literally stands up to say, my son in the world has a need. And he stands up and he sends his angels and instantly your needs are met. So this element of saying, I'm waiting for the perfect time to start something, it is a lie, It is just the brain tricking you not to do something. Because if you want to start something which will better your life, and you need it in your life, God will be able and surely faithful to give it to you. So if it is a need, he will give you. That is all that I need to say right now. So there is no perfect time. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised to you. Don't wait for next year. You might not make it to next year. This is the perfect time. the future is a myth, really, because it's just an imagination in our brains to think about tomorrow now. But we think about tomorrow today, meaning to say what we really have is today. So if what we really have is today, let us utilize today. Let us use today the best way we can use it. And as we move forward, we'll find ourselves in spaces which we never thought would get to. Most of the times, more often than not, our prayers are limited because we pray for this, but God is preparing this for us. You know, we're praying for small things, but when God is looking at you, he's saying, no, man, look, man, you deserve more. But if you don't start, man, I can't give it to you. You know, I can't give it to you. Like, for example, the children of Israel, where their needs was food in the desert. He said, look, man, I can rain this bread for you, but I can't take it to your tent, man. You got to take the first step and go towards the bread to get it. That was the part which they needed to play. You also have a part to play, you know. You need to say, man, look, man, in as much as it is hot, I need to do the thing which I need to do. I need to start that gym now, and you will be able to do the things which you really said you will do. So basically, that has been my point. Let's have a recap before we close. We have established a point. For those of us that will watch this video after we have done this live recording, God bless you. And if you've watched this far, subscribe, man. Just subscribe, like, and share these videos. Most importantly, go to my channel. There's lots of treasures that I'm sharing on my long form videos. You know, I don't get much views on my long form videos because, I don't know, people like short form videos. But the long form videos that I have really are of importance that you go and check them out. Go and check them out. I've gotta go.